Let's back again with Azure DNS architectures. Today we'll talk about one of design. Maybe you will face it with your customer, or if you work with environment with your environment with customer side. Maybe you have to design, or maybe you face it in your environment. We are started this series from DNS and start to jump in between a lot of design until we maybe you will end for coming video for some of the DNS solutions to select the proper one to be aligned with the landing zone. First thing here, we need to understanding that design. I mentioned this one before. Excuse me. First one, as we know, we have here on-premise. This is on-premise, and the hub, and this is spoke. And we have DNS forwarder here, default DNS for, and we have Azure private zone, and we have sometime condition forwarder, and sometime we don't have condition forwarder. If you remember the last design on the last video, we don't have the conditional forwarder. That's why the DNS go from spoke to from spoke to load balance, then from load balance to DNS server, then because there is no conditional forwarder here, the traffic go to the forwarder, default forwarder DNS here, then to go to a record, if you remember. But today you will be like a combining between two design. First one, in this solution, there is a condition forwarder. We have condition forwarder here. This one, okay. We actually this condition forwarder in on-premise side. So there is a condition forwarder from on-premise to Azure private link DNS zone. If you see here, we have a condition forwarder for a private link .postgres to database.azure to 10.221.4. This one. This will be a load balance for a hub. And also here, the Azure private DNS zone will be this one, private link.postgres to database.azure.com is linked to the hub VNet where infrastructure as a service for DNS server stand. So it's like a combining between the last design we discussed before. So how the traffic will go here? First one, it will go from on-premise servers to the load balance. Okay, this will be a number one of traffic. So don't forget, we said here we have a condition forwarder. So this will be first from on-premise to load balance. Then from load balance, we'll go to some of server here. So we have the DNS1 and DNS2. They will give, for example, here we'll go to DNS2. So will be number 2. Then we'll go from DNS2 to load balance. We'll talk with load balance. This will be number 3 because there is a condition forwarder. So DNS, when the traffic go to load balance, the traffic we have two DNS server, 1 and 2. So maybe the select 2. Then from DNS2 we'll go to the default forwarder will be DNS 168.63.129.16. Then the traffic will go to the private link will be as a record here. So if we need to recap that, the we have here a condition forwarder from on-premise to Azure Private Link DNS Zone, and we have private link this DNS zone as we see here, private link, this one, this one, private link dot postgres dot database dot azure.com is linked to hub vnet as we have two DNS server in the hub. This is a good solution. This architecture is a work. We will work pretty good, but to be honest, we have some of a challenge, or we have three challenge. First challenge here will be customer still have to deploy infrastructure as service based on architectures in Azure's infrastructure to manage efficiently Azure related domain and they get benefits from VNet link for private DNS and enable private link resolution from on-premise. So we still have to build it, this one, as we mentioned. The second challenge will be this VM lifecycle must be managed, batching, upgrade, monitoring, so on. This will be a second challenge. So the last challenge will be the DNS solution. The on must be configured somehow to manage a record, but also to define conditional and default forwarder. So we have a lot of a challenge in most of our design we are discovering even in our in this design or the previous design. um, I hope this video will be good for you. From the next video we'll talk not typical DNS. We will go start for Azure DNS private resolutions. Will be a more benefits for a customer or any environment if we using instead of DNS as an infrastructure service. Thank you.